Welcome to episode 1 of How to Ace Your Exams. My name is David McQueen, and I'm going to be here with you for the next 12 weeks helping you as a student to get prepared for your finals, whether it's GCSE, A-levels, BTECs, whatever, coming up this summer. I know when I put up the last video, some of you looked at me like, Dave, I hate you for telling me that I've got 12 weeks to go to my exams. Why are you telling me that? Okay, so you hate me. Your mum will be very proud of you when you realize that I'm working alongside you to help you achieve these final exams. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus over the next 12 weeks on 4 key themes. Number 1, I want you to think about how you record your information. So how do you take notes? How do you make really effective notes? What is it that works? What's the research and that has worked for students in the past who have aced their GCSEs or their A-levels, and how can we get it to apply to you? The second kind of theme is then how do you remember? What are the tools that you will use to make sure that the stuff that you have written down, whether that be in class or whether it has been stuff that you've done in your own time, how can you get that stuff and then how can you remember it? How will you remember it? What's the memory tools that you will need to be able to put it all together? And the third one is going to be about your revision. So how do you combine the notes that you've already made plus the memory tools that you are going to be able to use to get those notes, and how do you combine those together so when you're revising and when you're studying in your own time that you can make good use of them? The fourth one is about recall. So number 1, you would have taken all your notes and then you would have combined them with all the different memory tools and ways and schemes that you can use to remember those notes. You would have put it together in a fantastic revision plan, but it's no good unless we know how you can act or how you can survive under pressure. So the recall is about getting you to take those tests and understanding those tests can be timed as well, whether they're exercises at the end of your books or past papers, but making sure you can do that, do it under pressure, know what it's like to be able to write for at least half an hour, 20 minutes or whatever, or 3 hours, however long your exam is, and getting into the habit of doing that. So when you come to actually taking your final exams, you would have already had enough practice that would have put you in the frame of mind to do really well and ace those exams. Okay, so for today, the first thing I want to talk about is your mindset. Before you even think about acing those exams and what kind of results that you're going to get out of it, the first part is definitely going to be your mindset. What is your brain saying to you? Or what are you saying to your brain? How well do you want to do? Are you striving for excellence or are you striving for average? What is it that you want to do? In order to be able to ace your exams, you can't be going for average. Set the bar really high. Give yourself that kind of stretch goal as about what it is you want to be able to do. And you have to ask yourself that question. What do I really need to do, or what do I have to have in place to succeed? So I want you to do something for me. I want you to write down on a piece of paper the 3 things that you think are crucial in order for you to be successful. The second thing I want you to think about is your study space. So part and parcel of your mindset is being in the right frame of mind and the right place to study. So let me give you some tips about your study space. Don't study in bed. If you study in bed, you're going to be really tempted to go and lie down and go and sleep. If you're the kind of person that can sit on top of your bed and study really well, then good for you. But I really recommend that you find somewhere, a chair where you can sit upright, or even if you can walk around, that's not going to encourage you just to go back onto your bed to lie down to sleep and to get tired. The other thing, it's not really good for your posture when you're studying in bed. It's really important to stay at a desk. Go and study at a place as well that's free from distractions. So don't, if you're the biggest table that you have is your dining table is in your kitchen diner, okay, you know what, that's going to be quite difficult. But what is going to be important is that you make sure that people aren't walking in and out all the time. Because your mind frame has got to be in that space of real excellence. Yes, it's going to be really easy to just go over to the biscuit tin, to the fridge, to go and make a sandwich. But while you're doing your stuff, in order to be able to get the best results, you need to be in the optimum state. For some of you, it may not necessarily be that possible for you to be able to find and study really well at home. So here's the deal. If you can find a way to be able to stay at school, after school, in the library or in your public library to go there and study, or even a relative's house, which might be a lot quieter to go and study, go and do that. But where you study is going to be really critical as to your mindset and how you succeed. The second point I want to make is about your exam timetables. By now, you should all know what dates and times your future exams are going to be. Whether it's the final ones you're setting in the summer or the ones that you are probably going to be setting along the way or taking along the way tests that you need to take just before you get to your finals. Make sure you have that timetable. Why? Because it's like you know exactly what it is you're going to be able to do. If I was to say to you to go anywhere in the country and I put £1,000 in your hand, what you would do is you want to know what time do I have to get there and what time do I have to come back. Okay, some of you might just run for the £1,000 anyway, but the reality is if you have to be able to get to a destination, you have to know what you have to do in preparation for it. If you know if you're going to go away on Ibiza, you don't just wait till the night before and just throw some... Okay, let's not even make that comparison. What you want to do is make sure that you know what that timetable is well ahead of time. The other thing about having an exam timetable is to make sure that any assignments or coursework that you have that needs updating, do it and do it now. Next week when I release this second week, the second video, most of you guys will be on half term. Take that opportunity in half term to get as up to date as you can with the stuff that's outstanding. Whether it means you have that conversation with your teachers, some of your teachers might be at school, whether with a tutor, whether with somebody who you want to study with, whatever. Just make sure you have that timetable up to time so you can create and close that gap. The third thing I want to say to you or speak to you about today is your syllabus. Make sure you know what's probably coming up in the exam. Now let's be honest, the following picture most probably describes exactly what you guys think about when you're studying for your exams. So here's the deal. When you know what's coming up or what the syllabus covers, what the main topic areas are, it guides you in order to be able to break down your subjects accordingly. So for example, if you're studying something like maths and you have to be able to remember things like algebra and quadratic equations and trigonometry and probabilities, you can divide all those subject areas into, say, probably the next 10 to 11 weeks of your actual study by looking at the specific syllabus. The good thing about being able to look at the syllabus as well is being able to identify those bits where there are gaps in your knowledge. So you may not necessarily be quite strong in those areas. And what we will do is we're going to talk about that in later videos as to how you can deal with it in terms of your memory, in terms of being able to record it, in terms of being able to work with teachers, or even being able to use online resources. But when you can have a conversation with your teacher, or if you already have it, make sure you know what the syllabus expects for you to learn. How is that going to help your actual knowledge? And once you have got that down pat, it makes a hell of a lot easier when you start to put together your own revision timetable in preparation for the final exams. I hope you have found the recordings helpful, and if this has been really helpful, what I want you to do is I want you to like it below. Not only do I want you to like it, but I want you to subscribe as well. There's going to be a series of 12, and as I say, I'm hoping that your comments and your feedback while I'm doing these videos will help me to make sure that I put all the information in correctly that will help you to ace your exam. So whether you're watching this at home, or whether you're watching with your parents, or whether you're watching as part of a study time in school, I'm really hoping that you do really well, and you know, all the best for the future. I wish you every success. Thank you very much. Peace.